want to talk about an event that I've got coming up here in Sioux Falls called the Girls Breaker Day. We did that last year as well. We invited girls to come out, learn about electronics and technology by taking things apart. They can bring their own things like an old VCR, or an old computer, or keyboard, but we'll also have stuff available as well. We'll have a whole bunch of old computers on hand that they can take apart. There'll be a craft room, so once they take the computers or components apart, if they want to build some type of junk sculpture, they can. But we'll also have some creative things there too, like some Arduinos, maybe some Raspberry Pis. I think the Her group is going to bring down some of their robots and other electronics for the girls to explore. It's a completely free event. It'll be hosted over at Journey Construction, and it'll be on May 26th from about 10 to 3 during the day. So let's talk a little bit about some of the components, and I'll walk you through the tools as well. The girls will get a pair of safety glasses to use during the event, and then we've got a bunch of different screwdrivers and wire cutters that we can use. And we're going to be taking computers apart. And girls can bring their own electronics to take apart as well. We're going to have a few things, like I've got these old scanners that got thrown away, so we'll take those apart. We'll see how those work. And then we've got things like keyboards, which are real interesting to take apart. We've got all kinds of keys that we can take out and use those as part of the crafts. And then we've got items like this, which is a heat sink that came off of an old computer. These are really cool to use as part of the junk art. So let's take a quick look at the computer. So each of the girls will get their own computer to take apart, and they're a lot of fun to take apart. There's a lot of interesting components. The ones we have will probably have the RAM and the hard drives already removed for security reasons, but everything else will be involved. There'll be some CD players, there'll be a CPU underneath here, and a fan. We'll have a couple of different fans, and then there's the giant power supply in the back. Those are a lot of fun to take apart as well. We'll have some of them will have these interesting little heat sinks, which we can take off. They got some little hooks that have them come off. And then we've also got all kinds of just little components and wires that can be cut out or pulled out as part of them. But the whole point is to learn about technology by taking things apart. Now that you've seen some of the components and some of the tools that we're going to be using, head over to Facebook and do a search for Girls Breaker Day, or you can go to girlsbreakerday.com and go ahead and get registered. It's a completely free event, but we'd like to know how many people are going to come, so if you can register in advance, that would be great. But if you forget to, don't worry about it. Just come on out on May 26th. Thanks.